Welcome or welcome back, new viewers and game bears. It is time for a new episode of the new Super Mario Bros. Wii playthrough, and today we are continuing through World 1, going into World 1-4, so let us begin. Alright, and this one right over here is that bridge just as a water-based level. Alright, let's just jump on these loser Goombas, get them out of the way. And we get ourselves a nice little ice fire. It's going to be very useful for this level. You know, if I can actually get up here, that is. You jump just at the right angle, you jump high enough to get on there. Alright, and using water, or ice underwater, will actually permanently freeze some enemies, but not these guys. These little urchins over here, well, after a while, will fall down, but if you keep freezing them until they hit the top part of the ceiling, they can actually die this way. Now let's get those Cheep Cheeps under there. Cheep Cheeps, on the other hand, they will be permanently frozen, but then killed by the ceiling, as you see there. Pretty grim way to go, I must say. Alright, let's see, we can hit this over here, get ourselves another ice flower, not that it's needed. You can even use fire under here because, for some reason in Mario games, the laws of... the laws of how fire works, you can still use fire underwater for some reason. It's a little strange. Maybe you could say that the fire is so hot that it doesn't fizzle out when in water. You could say something like that, but otherwise, I don't know. And you get different Cheep Cheep areas down here, too. Like, those green ones are a little angry and just swim up and down for a bit. Because you can permanently freeze certain enemies underwater, you can actually use them as little platforms. Pretty neat. Even going up here. Not that you really need to go up here. Huh, never knew there was a red ring up there. Either that or I forgot. Whatever. These orange ones over here are just a nice little school of fish. You can constantly freeze them if you want. And Aquaman would really like this level, but I don't know. I wasn't fast enough for those. Honestly, these Cheep Cheeps look like they'd be partnered with a guy like Aquaman. And I'm gonna freeze every single one of them. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. They even leave behind coins when you kill them, as you can see. If I remember correctly, I don't think there's anything particularly noteworthy over here, so you know what, I'm not gonna bother. I keep on going with the pacing. Alright, there's our first star coin. Why don't we get this ice flower over here? And let Mr. Urchin Boy over there die. Yep, he's dead. Alright, there's a clam over there that'll try to eat you. Ow, come on, man. That's okay, we can still get that star coin even without it. Alright, first star coin for the level. Alright, now what we need here is some more ice, but I guess we're not gonna get it. Alright, there's probably another ice flower in there. Thankfully it didn't put me up there too quickly. Now, swimming in this game I don't think is that bad, personally. I think it's fine. It could be a lot worse. Constantly having to press the button over and over. Can get a little annoying sometimes for some people, but it's not that bad. But anyways, putting those urchins down there will stop those water from flowing. Now we can freeze these guys. So we have a nice little opening in getting the star coin. Or you can even stand on it for a bit, which is probably the preferred method, honestly. Oh, come on. Now, let me let these guys... Actually, better yet, stand on here because it'll resist against the water. Alright, or not. Now, let's let them respawn so I can go get the star coin. Alright, not gonna lie, I don't think I remember how to get that one. Oh, that's okay. Now, let's wait for this clam to get out of the way. Now, let's freeze this urchin at just the right spot. There we go, and now we'll drop into that warp pipe right over there, and we'll be able to nab the star coin. I think that star coin I'll just get off screen later on. Alright, now you see that purple Cheep Cheep sitting over there. It will die to a star. It's the only way to kill those types of Cheep Cheeps. But you can even get free lives by doing that. Just don't get caught in the clams when they close down. Because that will, well, it'll only hurt you. I don't think it'll kill you. I thought there's some later games. I'm not entirely sure, I'll be honest. But we are running out of time here. But, like I mentioned earlier, we can use fire underwater. I don't get Mario logic sometimes, man, but you know what? I'm not complaining. It's pretty cool. We're running out of time because if you have only 100 seconds left, which don't count in real-time seconds, actually, it'll play this sped-up version of the stage music. Basically telling you to kind of hurry up in a sense. But we're already at the end of the stage, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, Mario time!
Alright, and you see that Goomba sitting over there? It's a pretty interesting stage, which we will go do that. Alright, Goomba boy, I'm gonna fight you. There are ways you can maneuver around that Goomba, and there are other later enemies in later worlds that will be a similar blockade to these Goombas. Now, there are 3 different types of this stage. One is the one you can see right over here, with 8 little Goombas. Another one with 4 bigger Goombas, and another one with 2 giant Goombas. Where you step on those guys that divide into smaller Goombas, until you get to the small size. But the objective of this is to collect all the little toad face things to get Toad out of a treasure chest. Imagine being stuffed into a treasure chest. That's fucking terrible. But anyways, he'll give you 3 mushrooms when you save him. And you can do this in all 8 worlds, except for World 9, of course. So now Mr. Goomba's out of the way. I think you have to go through 3 stages for it to respawn if you want to farm mushrooms.
Let's go!
Alright, so now we have ourselves our 3rd Toad house for the playthrough. Alright, and we can do the little flipping minigame again. Alright, power up panels. We know what to do. Why don't we start things off a little differently by going over here? Ice Flower to start off? Not man. Oh, Bowser, that's a little too early. I gotta get me an Ice Flower or a Propeller. Oh no, game, don't do this to me. Fire, what's over here? Ice, okay, cool. We're not running away with nothing. That's good, nothing's good. Alright, we got Fire Flower. Fire Power, if you want to be funny. Alright, let's trust this one. No! That's okay. We got 3 items. Not bad at all. And even getting 1 power-up says, the game says you win. Can't get mad at that.
What?
Alright, press 1. Yeah, we know. Now, you have diverging paths over here. You could choose either or level to go through. But why don't we... You know what? Nah, let's go slightly out of order. We're gonna go to 1-6. 1-5, I'm gonna save for later. Alright, the level starts off like the first level kinda did. We are introduced to the para-enemies here. And these rolling wheels. Now, I've seen some harder mode versions of this game where these wheels are impossibly fast, but thankfully, that's not the case here. Now, our fireballs will instantly destroy the Koopas that we run across. This level does have quite a hell of a lot of Koopas in it. Alright, it'll teach you to long jump like that. Well, maybe not long jump, but just far jump so you get that star coin. Pretty nice. And now, here's another thing we have yet to see. A little beanstalk that we can climb up. And we get ourselves a little free power-up. Not of our choosing. Unless you're really good at timing this, then yeah, it can be of your choosing, but that's not exactly the case here. We got ourselves a free life. It's been 2 episodes and we already almost have 30 lives. You'll get a lot of lives if you look hard enough for them in this game. It's not as easy as in a certain other new Super Mario Bros. Game. Oh, we'll get to that game in the future, but for now, why don't we just go get that star coin? There's another little secret around here. Not this one. We can take this little checkpoint over here. Let's kill that Goomba, this other one as well. Let's go down here. I don't want to accidentally fall. Ah, you mother! Real. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Whatever. Try again, as they say. Anyways, now that we're a little smaller, wait for those Goombas to go into the hole. Look how easy that was. Anyways, going down this warp pipe. Alright, mini Goombas will spawn, and I'm dead. Alright, we'll try it again.
Oh ho ho.
Why don't we get one of the items that we've secured? Starting with this fire flower, and let's hope we don't die again.
Let's go.
I don't know, that's kind of my ignorance going under that Goomba right there when I should have avoided him. There we go. Didn't make the same mistake. And funny how that happens just after I stayed having 30 lives. The Goombas come out pretty fast. If you want a damage boost, you can, but you can simply run over there, too. Thankfully, the Goombas come out at a fairly fair rate. And there's a free fire flower right over there. I did not need to do that, but that's okay. And now that we have all 3 star coins, very worth it, as you'll see later on in the game. And we got ourselves a little P-switch and a few little extra coins that will count as normal coins. And these ones are bleh, unlike the last time we hit a P-switch. Nothing really special, you just get some extra coins and the game kind of congratulates you for it. I want to get this here block. There we go, because there's another life in it. We can make up for one of the lives we lost. Alright, get a few extra coins. You can triple jump in this game like you can in the 3D titles, which is pretty cool. And look at that, we just made up the 2 lives we lost.
Mario time.
Alright, onward to 1-5 now. Hey, look at that, our friend the Goomba is back. Alright, let's go fight him real fast. And those are the slightly bigger Goombas I mentioned before. These ones actually take a few more fireball hits than usual. Only 2. Look at that, no enemies left. More mushrooms for us. I guess it was on top of us and we had to lift him off of us. That was just strange, isn't it? But anyways, onward to 1-5. Alright, and this one introduces us to square blocks that will move. Though they don't move too fast to the point where it's impossible for you to land on them. And as I mentioned, now we have 30 lives. It's time to shut our fire flower for now, and get the wonderful propeller mushroom. I remember a certain power-up we'll see later in this game has a certain other function as the power we already used. And I remember my older brother had this misconception that the propeller mushroom can allow you to throw fireballs, which thank the Lord it doesn't for game design reasons. And I'll talk about that in a later episode, of course. So that was kind of funny of him to have that little mistake. Or mistake that. Alright, those blocks over there will get in the way, but you can just use our little drill attack at the first star coin for the level. You won't really need the propeller mushroom for that, just makes it a bit easier. Alright, now we have a real big block. Jump on that. Kick him out the way. And we have ourselves another little star coin. Do not accidentally die here, because if you die while you try to collect it, it won't register you as collecting it. Now we have ourselves another little gimmick. Shake the rear remote to screw these platforms up here. Because they're screwed, ha? Get it? Ha? I'll see myself out. It's okay. That was a bad pun, I know. Alright, let's do the same with this one. And let's go get that little red ring over there. Alright, and we got it. Real life for me. 31 lives. I take that out of here. You can actually get another propeller mushroom with this. Oh, never mind, there isn't one. Just a regular old coin. Now, let's get out of this way. I probably can also try getting that red ring there, actually. Or we can even use the Koopa for that. Alright, you don't want to hold on to the Koopa for too long, because after a bit, it'll open up right in your hands. Alright, good. And now we can get these red coins. Alrighty, yet another life for us. Gimme, gimme. Now we go up here, get a few extra coins. And now we are faced with a series of those square blocks again. Alright, now that's once again all 3 start points for this level. Now we're almost at the end of this level, as you can see right over there. And give us another life. Now, as I mentioned back in episode 1, how broken the propeller mushroom is, in my opinion, in this game. You get such, like, altitude out of it, you know? Kind of wish they had a bit of a nerf into it in later games. But anyways, it's time to take on the castle level, where Larry happened to go to. Let's go inside. Now I'm going to shut up for a second because I really like the music in this stage, so I want all of you to listen to it for a bit. I died, but that's okay. Trying to get that little star coin as you saw there, but how do y'all think of this song? It's a really neat song. Alright, let's use items, use one of the mushrooms we've got, and let's get back in there. Someone like me to drop into lava like that, but whatever, it's fine. Alright, let me shut up once again so I can keep listening to the music. What do y'all think of this song? I really think it's a real neat song. But anyways, the gimmick in this here stage, those cogs or gears or whatever that you saw there before, are used as platforms, which is pretty neat. So now you kind of get the idea how these little thwomps here work as well. Another little sub-gimmick of the stage. Now we let this giant thwomp come on down. Open up the way for us to get this neat little star coin. Now let's get out of the way before it has a chance to hit us. That's not what I wanted to do, game. Alright, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna get that coin there, but that's okay. And now get this red coin ring. Try to get all the red coins. No, 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 no. Alright, there we go. There we go, got it. And we got ourselves a beautiful little fire flower. Alright, let's go over here. I'm trying to be nice and careful. Thank you, Taco Sunshine, for becoming a Gimme Bear. And we've hit our goal of 470 followers, even though it doesn't say it up there. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Here's to 480. Alright, just hit this guy over here, and yeah, watch how that Dry Bones' head goes into lava, but somehow he's still alive. Oh, they are undead after all. Alright, now we can go over here. But we do get ourselves a little secret warp pipe down there. We go downward. Right over here. Get ourselves a little free power up. And a star coin. Best be quick. You don't want to accidentally die down here. Alright, aside from that one star coin we missed in 4-1, or 1-4, that's every single star coin in this world. And hey, a little extra fire flower just as a nice little souvenir. Alright, Larry boy, time for round 2. Or as a certain final boss of Mega Man X once said, are you ready for round 2? Huh, wonder what Magic Koopa or Kamek is doing over here. Huh, moving platforms? Oh no, I'm so scared. And it was this layer fight, aside from the moving terrain that we're on, is identical to his first fight in the dungeon. Alright, he'll spin a bit more, but that's about it. It's extremely easy to dodge. I get it's the first major boss of the game, but still, they could have thrown in a little more spice, you know? A lot of people say this was kind of the start of the kind of soulless area Mario was going through for quite some time with a lot of his games. I wouldn't say that, I like this game. There's some other games later on that feel a little bit soulless, I guess, sometimes, but not this one, in my personal opinion. But anyways, down with the first major boss in the game, and we got the key! It's opening that door right over there, I guess. And we got ourselves a nice little cutscene. Just taunting us with the princess. I wonder who's flying the ship. There's gotta be somebody controlling it, right? Ah, whatever.
Wait!
Alright, next up, the desert. And who's the next Koopaling we'll be seeing here? That being Roy's our boy. Or Roy Boy. Whichever one you want to say.
What?
I'd save, you know what they say, it's good to keep a record. Saved progress. Oh boy, I remember this world. I remember my little sister and I had so much trouble with this back when I was in the 2nd grade and she was in kindergarten. Thankfully though, I've evolved beyond that, but I'll be showing that off in the next episode. So, if y'all enjoyed this edition of the New Super Mario Bros. Wii playthrough and you want some more, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow. Everyone of the vids you see screwing up on YouTube, that bell button for more. Thank you to Taco Sunshine for becoming a Game Bear today, and consider this the question of the day. What's your favorite first major boss in a Mario game and why? Let us know in the comments below. And consider becoming a YouTube member for $3 a month and show subscriber for $6 a month for wonderful bonuses such as an ad-free experience. Anyways, next episode we deal with the desert. So funny how the Mushroom Kingdom has a whole ass desert next to it, but whatever. Thank y'all for watching. Have a terrific day.